Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
Introduce the defensive starters for the Harrisburg High School. At defensive end, number 62, 6'1", 240-pound junior Easton Deckers. At nose guard, number 65, 6 foot, 275-pound junior Cooper Hodge. At defensive end, number 9, 6'1", 215-pound senior Cooper Mitchell. At outside linebacker, number 6, 6'1", 175-pound senior Cooper Rasmussen. At middle linebacker, number 33, 6'1", 210-pound sophomore Bryson Esser. At outside linebacker, number 7, 5'11", 190-pound senior Teji Privet. At safety, number 10, 6'3", 220-pound senior Bradley Esser. At free safety, number 19, 5'9", 170-pound senior Griffin Shopko. At strong safety, number 8, 6'1", 185-pound senior Camden Schimmel. At cornerback, number 4, 6'1", 170-pound senior Daniel O'Connor. And at cornerback, number 18, 5'9", 160-pound junior Miles Knorr. Assistant coaches for the Tigers, Jason Donnelly, Tyler Muth, Chase Hurt, Nathan Carruthers, Keith Flemmer, Drew Reinsmith, Tyler Maxwell, Jordan Buckles, J.J. Cramblett, Sam Tiger, Preston Barr, Trevor Schroeder, Trent Dreyer, and the head coach, Brandon White. Introducing the Brandon Valley cheer team. Adeline Bisbee, Tinley Bulkey, Alyssa Carson, Jericho Coughlin, Haley DeBleek, Brooklyn Fosek, Brianna Gary, Jersey Hine, Ayla Mell, Aubrey Miller, Hayden Poppy, Kaylin Smith, Taylor Smoke, Talia Sorensen, Josie Van Dyne, and Madeline Waters. Cheer coach for Brandon Valley is Miss Hannah Gunther. Introducing your offensive unit for Brandon Valley. At left tackle, number 58, 6'2", 280-pound senior Bryce Van Gasser. At left guard, number 68, 5'11", 270-pound senior Cal Weiss. At center, number 62, 6 foot, 275-pound senior Isaac Mitzel. At right guard, number 64, 6'4", 325, senior Hudson Parliament. At right tackle, number 56, 6'4", 220-pound senior Parker Coughlin. At tight end, number 8, 230-pound junior Austin Dowd. At wide receiver, number 11, 6'2", 180-pound junior Jack Blumgren. At wide receiver, number 2, 5'10", 180-pound senior Maddox Mueller. At fullback, number 7, 6 foot, 200-pound senior Mason Veld. At running back, number 31, 190-pound senior Levi Veskerna. And at quarterback, number 13, 5'9", 180-pound senior Griggs Knudsen. Coaching staff for Brandon Valley, Mike Zur, Tim Sillianson, Kent Anderson, Dylan Priest, Jason Bisbee, Mark Statham, Matt Mueller, John Flint, Cole Sillianson, A.J. Garrow, Joe Karvarchka, Kelly Meeker, Jeremy Risty, and Thomas Skolton. Strength coaches are Charlie Smoke and Adam Bobzine. Head coach for the Lynx, Matt Christensen. Your officials for tonight's game, the referee, Darren Berg, umpire, Mike Mutter, line judge, Chad Gordon, linesman, Ross Peterson, and the back judge, Zach Weevick. These officials are licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and have been assigned this contest by them. The presentation of our colors is being performed tonight by the color guard members of the Brandon Valley VFW Post 4726, Brandon American Legion Post 318, and the Valley Springs American Legion Post 131. The privilege of this game is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. God bless our veterans and active duty military in all they do for our nation and our local communities. Please rise for this playing of our national anthem. Proper etiquette is to remove all headwear, face the flag, and put your hand over your heart. Active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Playing our national anthem will be the Brandon Valley Trumpet Line under the direction of Julia Mum. Please sing loud and proud, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm Ken McEwen along with Kyle Roki on this Friday evening in Brandon, South Dakota. I'm the only one that's talking right now. It's a little quiet here.
Feels like a golf broadcast there, Ken.
Yeah. It feels like a little bit. And the respect for the flag, as always. And thank you to our service members out there. But we want to welcome you to the broadcast booth. Like I said, I'm Ken McEwen along with Kyle Roki on a Friday evening, a chilly one. That's what it is. But it's semifinal football tonight here in Brandon, South Dakota.
Well, Ken, first of all, thanks for having me in the broadcast tonight. I talked to Bob Arnold on Tuesday. When daylight savings time comes around and you're walking into the stadium or the gym under the lights, you know something big's happening in fall sports. That's what we got going tonight. It's the semifinal. I think Lynx fans are starting to maybe get used to this a little bit. Don't think for a second that you should. Not everybody can say that their team is a title contender year after year after year. These two tough teams come on the gridiron tonight with a lot of pedigree over the last 5 to 10 years. These are two of the best teams in the state over that time, and we're hoping for another classic. We had a classic last time we were here at home. It was a heartbreaking loss in the regular season. Got back on track last week. This is when you do it. We got to go to the Dome. We're cold now. We'll be nice and warm in the Dome next week if we win.
Absolutely, as the matchup this evening as the suburbs of Sioux Falls.
I like it.
The big matchup here in Brandon as your Lynx all colored in black with a little sprinkle of red, as you can see on the helmet and in the numbers. They are on the bottom of your screen, and hats off to our students that bring this picture to you, and everybody that brings a picture to you. It's a beautiful color, and we're glad you are with us this evening on Channel 226 on Alliance Communications and Lynx YouTube around the world. We are set for this matchup. The number 1 seed, that's the reason that we're on this field this evening, is the Lynx took care of business in the regular season. That's gone. We're 1-0 right now in the playoffs. The Tigers are too, from Harrisburg. This is a matchup that we've been waiting for. You talked about it. You punch your ticket tonight into the championship game in the Dome down south.
Yep, nice and warm there. I got to tell you, this is going to be a good ball game. We talk about how AAA can sometimes be a little bit top heavy. Well, that's okay for the regular season. We got 4 great teams here. These are going to be 2 classics, I think, tonight. Lincoln and Jefferson playing as well. Yeah, and the starting lineups that you heard, and we wanted to wait for those starting lineups to go through. That's why the pregame. We'll be bringing you your Lynx TV sponsors here in just a moment, but we are going to kick this one off. You can look at your left of your screen wherever you're watching this, as number 62 is going to be Mitzel to kick off for the Lynx. Back deep was Thesey. And number 28, we'll get a number on that one real quick. That's David Doe, but this one goes into the end zone for a touchback.
As the Tigers are going to start out with the ball on this crisp, we talked about a chilly evening. You can actually see the frost. You see that little bit of clearness or whiteness on the turf. That's a little bit of frost, right? Because there's no heat under that. We don't have heating coils like in some college stadiums, in the NFL stadiums. They have heating coils underneath the turf. Well, we're not privileged to that, right? Tigers coming out on offense. Lynx defense, we know, has been very, very good all season. They were great in the quarterfinals last week. That's going to be Paulson. He's your quarterback, motions his wide receiver from the trip position and gives it to his running back, Hines. And he's going to gain about 2 yards on that first down, maybe 3. We'll see where they mark it. I believe it's going to be a 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, and getting started in on the action, that's Miles Folken. This Lynx team, they pursue the ball well. They can manhandle running backs, and they can get to the quarterback. It's all about that big defensive line up front.
2nd down, and they're going to call it 5 as a 5-yard gain by Hines. He's going to be the running back for the Tigers. Motioning is going to be Paulson from the quarterback position. He gives it to Hines on his 2nd carry of this possession. They are going to move the chains. That's going to be a gain of 5. Chains are moving. First down for the Tigers.
Well, 2 linebacker tackles here in these first 2 plays, and that's all well and good, but if you're the Lynx, you want to get that pressure up front. You don't want them to get to that 2nd level. You get to that 2nd level, you slip through the first, all of a sudden it's not 2nd and 8, it's 2nd and 4, it's 2nd and 3, and you're in a world of hurt.
As traditionally, what we seen last week, you saw Roosevelt, they look to the sideline of the Harrisburg. The Tigers are going to go into a huddle every time, it looks like. It's going to be Paulson. He's going to motion his receiver from left to right. A little dump pass. It's completed to number 28 for the Tigers. That's going to be Doe. He did have that. Well, he almost had that return as Mitzel put it into the end zone. That's the first catch of this one. That's going to be a gain of about 6.
Yeah, 3 plays, 5 yards each so far for Harrisburg. They're moving the ball well. Lynx got to tighten up a little bit here as they're heading towards midfield.
2 receivers to Paulson's right. He also has a tight end with him. Play action. He goes to his intended receiver. That's going to be number 3, Young. And I believe they're going to gain a first down on that one, moving the chains for the Tigers.
Yep, those screen passes work out really well if you slip that first tackle. You know, they had the Lynx had Gavin Johnson up on the receiver a little bit, but he was able to step back just in time, slip away from one, gone close for first down.
Little swing passes. We've seen that from a lot of offenses against the Lynx defense. They really want to make them tackle. As you can see, Pudwell, number 17, the corner on the bottom of your screen. He has the kind of neon cleats there.
There it is.
Tackle! As it's going to be a tackle for a loss by number 21. That's going to be actually
Chase Leary.
Chase Leary on the tackle. Lynx stop them on that first down. It'll tackle for a loss, and that's what you want to see from the Lynx defense, right? We saw that against, and I'm not pinning back to the regular season, but the missed tackles late in the regular season haunted the Lynx on that last game. Lynx coming to play on this one. Paulson moving Young from right to left. His wide receiver play action again. Paulson's going to roll right, finds number 3. That's going to be Young again for his second reception of this one. Paulson so far is 100% on the completion percentage already for the Tigers as they cross midfield. They're at the 48, first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, Mandarin knocking him out of bounds, but you know, this is kind of the way that you beat a good defensive front. You run short out routes, quick passes, quick screens. It's working out so far for the Tigers.
Paulson motioning Dow. He also has his running back Hines behind him. He gives it to Hines. Hines going to gain about 3. They're going to say 4 yards. I believe it's going to pick up about, I would say 4. Don't you think?
Yeah, we'll call it 4. Yep, going to bring up 2nd and 6. A couple of Lynx just checked into the game here quickly. Wyatt Witzman, number 88, along with number 16, and Aso Ahmed. So a couple of guys you don't hear a lot called. Lynx trying to mix it up here up front.
So Lynx playing man-to-man coverage. You can see on that 3-3 defense, 2 safeties high. Now they come down to the box. Now they do give it to their running back again, Hines, and he's going to lose 2 yards. Tackle for a loss, I believe, by number 16.
Yep, that's Ahmed, who we just mentioned.
Ahmed with the big tackle. Big third down, the biggest third down of this game, and we are in the first quarter as it's going to be 3rd down and 8 from the 46. As the Lynx faithful, and it is, I mean, it's chilly out. There's a ton of fans here, and on the other side, you can see the fans on the other side, too, for the Tigers. This is a big matchup in this semifinal matchup in 11 AAA. Paulson motions. I believe, a delay a game, possibly. Let's see what we call here, because there's the back judge. Typically, that's going to be a delay a game. That's what it's going to be. It'll pin the Tigers back another 5 yards. So we look at the tackle for a loss, right, which was a big play. Because Hines so far has been running the ball really well for the Tigers, but penalties. So when you have a big matchup like this, right, it's about winning the turnover battle, as we all know, okay? But you also have to win the penalty battle. Right? And that's mentally. That's a mental game. It's all mental. I believe it's all mental as a team, as the Lynx 99% of this season have been really good in not committing penalties, and that means that you have a very sound, disciplined mental team, right?
Yes, especially when you get into this top 4 with a top 4 heavy group like these 4 teams that are in the semifinals. It's not just going to be about talent. It is about discipline. It's about conditioning, and it's about what you've learned over the season to apply it to games like this.
So they do give the Tigers a timeout. They called a timeout before that delay a game. Paulson swings it out to Hines. It's incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down as the Lynx defense holds. Let's see if the Tigers punt team does come to the field, and they do.
Yeah, not a great time to have your worst pass of the drive there. A little bit behind the receiver. Looked like the Lynx had somebody right there, ready to take him down, bottle him up.
As on to punt for the Tigers is going to be Upton, and Pudwell is back deep.
Uh-oh.
Watched, and a big play by special teams so far in this one with 6:46 to go in the first quarter. Defense bent a little bit, held. Special teams wins ball games too.
Hey, it's not just about stopping them on first, second, and third down. You have to make splash plays. That's what good defenses do too. Took advantage of a little bit of a muff snap. And there's number 24, Britton Stroh, on there. Johnny on the spot. Lynx got it plus territory.
Senior Briggs Knutson at quarterback. He has Veskerna with him. They motion 3 receivers to the right. That's been Blomgren, Pudwell. And they go to Blomgren. That's going to be a completion of about 3 yards from Briggs Knutson. Briggs Knutson was out a couple games at the last part of the season, and then in the quarterfinals, he is back in there starting at the quarterback position for the Lynx. We know Van Leer did an amazing job filling in for Briggs Knutson. Briggs Knutson is used to these big games, right, as he brought the Lynx all the way through the playoffs to the championship game last year. Veskerna, his gain of about 2 yards. It's going to bring up the first third down for your Lynx offense.
Yeah, and number 8, Schimmel on the stop, but Van Leeuwen did a great job. But Knutson, this was his team, averaging almost completion percentage of almost 70% this year. 64 attempts, no interceptions. Pretty special young man.
Wing T formation. They do motion down to the slot. That's the tight end. Veskerna directly back of Knutson. They do give it to Veskerna. The Tigers hold right there, as that's going to be a gain of about 7, though, and that's going to move the chains. You thought he was stopped, right? He was hiding past the chains.
Just kept going. That's the difference between a good running back and an average running back. Average running backs fall. Great running backs fall forward.
And Lynx offense with their first down at the 30. Swing it to their fullback. That's number 7, Gold, and it is a touchdown from the fullback position. Lynx on the board first, 6-0. And Kyle's looking at me. Okay, so back in the day, right? We'll touch on it. But way back in the day, Kyle and I used to give knuckles, right? Every touchdown or every score in basketball, and all of a sudden there was a big hand, open hand, and we looked at each other like, what?
We did the fist to the hand, then we did the hand to the fist. Man.
1,200 people are tuning in on Lynx TV YouTube, and you just saw that touchdown, and that extra point is good by Mitzel. 7-0, 4:55 to go. First quarter on this 11 AAA matchup on a crisp Friday evening. Lynx on top. We'll go over our Lynx TV sponsors
Yes,
quick.
Let's do that. Thanks to our Lynx All-American sponsors. Wouldn't see a touchdown like that without these guys. Alliance Communication, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling and Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health of Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our Lynx champion sponsors are Alliance Communication, American Family Insurance with the Josh Koob Agency, Arrowhead Automotive, Axiom Construction Group, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Byrne and Grunig Heating and Air Conditioning, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quickstar, Northwest Tire, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Semifinal football, thanks to those sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors. You're the reason we say this every week, and I know Kyle says this on the volleyball games also, right? As you're the reason we're able to do this and bring this to you live, as 1.3 thousand people are watching right now, and we have people from all the way. I just got a text from Scottsdale, Arizona. Tara and company are watching from Arizona, and they just watched that return by the Tigers as they cross about the 26. I believe that was Doe on the return.
It was Doe. I want to give a quick shout out to Britton Stroh on the extra point. That ball bounced. It bounced before it got into the holder's hands. He was able to cover it up. That's a man after my own heart. Great hold, great kick. Mitchell was able to recover, so a little sigh of relief for the Lynx, up 7-0.
Second possession on offense for the Tigers. Paulson motions to a trip side. They do go to the short pass to Young. His third reception on this night in the first quarter, gains about one minimal. And we talked about minimal gain there, Kyle. Lynx really tackling well early in this one.
Yep. Had a little bit of trouble on those first couple of plays. Gave up 5 yards on the first 3 plays of the game. They've really tightened things up. Receiver actually did slip away, but Will Bunker was there to clean up the mess. Gain of 2.
Second and 8. It's going to be second and 8 from the 28 as Paulson motions the receiver from left to right. He's got Hines with him. No, they do give it to Doe. No, and that's going to be a gain of about 3 yards as they do cross the 30, the Tigers offense. And that's going to bring up another big third down early in this one. Lynx defense, they bring that 3-3-3, or I should say 3-3-4, right? As you have an extra safety back there also that the Lynx love to use. And the Lynx defense has been huge all year. Defense wins championships. Pudwell man-to-man coverage on the bottom of your screen. That's going to be Paulson, the quarterback, number 12. Motions, and I believe we're going to have the second timeout by the Tigers.
Well, while we do that timeout, that touchdown for the Lynx, if we can go back to that for a second, how many times do you think this year they have run play action and the the fullback, Mason Veld, has slipped underneath there and just been, some guy that nobody ever looked at, nobody ever thought of, and then all of a sudden in the semifinal game, he's doing that play all year long. Boom, he's wide open. Everybody completely forgets about him. Fullback touchdowns. Boy, that's a man after my own heart.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot, though, from the fullback position in the years. Okay, you just slip that out because nobody's thinking about it, right? It's really hard to – we talked about on offense for the Lynx. I mean, we talked about how good Dowd is, right, from the tight end position, right? You got to cover him. Linebackers at the cover. Well, who picks up the fullback? Nobody. Touchdown. Third down, 5. From the 30. Lynx showing heavy pressure. They bring it. Completed pass to number 22 for the Tigers. And I believe he's going to gain the first down, or is it going to be just short? It is going to be short. That's going to be Wolbrink with the reception. His first reception, 4th down and 2 from the 34. That's going to be the punter again for his second punt, attempted punt, as we've seen the last special teams was kind of a fumble there, and that's a high snap by Upton. Takes a Tigers bounce. Lynx are going to start their second possession on offense at the 37.
Yeah, and this will be the first time the Lynx have had a little bit of a longer field to deal with. Talk about getting healthy at the right time. Had Veskerna come out for a couple of games in the middle of the year, all of a sudden you get Briggs Knutson back after Van Leeuwen did a heck of a job, but Knutson was there for it all last year, and man, good to see the whole offense clicking again.
2 tight ends set, Irie and Dowd, respectively, with that big offensive line for the Lynx, and that's going to be Veskerna with the carry. and he's going to gain probably, we're going to mark it at about 5 yards, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 5. And when you're gaining those chunky yards, 5 yards, especially on first down, Coach Zur over there on the boot, he's over to our right a little ways, right? That playbook, okay, now unfolds really big, right? It just opens up, and that's what we're going to see here. 2 tight end set. Blomgren at the top of your screen is going to be the receiver. I formation with Knutson. Knutson gives it to Veskrina. Big opening, cuts back, cross the 50, down to the 45, topples over at the 40, well, they'll call it the 46, moving the chains, first down Lynx.
Wow, Levi Veskrina with tree trunk legs, just he-manning his way past the 50-yard line. And, boy, that's the way – if you're the Lynx, I keep going and going and going. Pound that rock until they stop. It's 39 degrees. It's been cloudy all day. It's chilly. Make them pay.
2 tight end set again to Briggs Knutson's right, the senior quarterback. Veskrina, they do on the jet motion, give it to Blomgren. Blomgren with a big hit. He put the hit on the defender, gained about 1 more yard, maybe 2, brings up a 2nd down and 2.
Something that we didn't see in the Jefferson game was this aggressiveness that we've seen all year from Brandon Valley. And a lot of it, I think, had to do maybe with Jefferson's game plan, but they are really puffing out their chest right now. They are trying to be the alpha, if you believe in that sort of stuff, and they're just taking their will. And keep doing it.
Physical football, and that's what you want to play in November in the state of South Dakota. Veskrina with a 3rd carry on this one, runs over a defender, crosses the 35, moves the chains, first down Lynx.
Yeah, he just dragged number 18 now, or about 3-4 yards, along with a couple of other Harrisburg Tigers. Hey, bleed this clock. I know it's only the first quarter, but keep running. Run.
Lynx are going to have to snap this one in the first quarter, as there's about a 2nd difference in the play clock to the actual game clock. Knutson motions 3 intended optional receivers, 2 tight ends with Mueller. That's going to be the running back, Ryder Mueller, and he's going to gain 6 on his first carry, maybe 7. Brings up a 2nd down. That will do it for your first quarter here in Brandon, as your Lynx ahead 7-0 in the semifinal matchup here in Brandon. We're going to flip it over to the other side. There is a semifinal game in 11 AAA, as Jefferson is taking on Lincoln.
Yes.
And I heard the score. I believe it was 7-7 early. So we'll keep updated on that and keep you all updated on that. Also, as one of those teams this evening, when the clock hits 0, will punch their ticket to the Dome.
And I'll tell you, I think, with all due respect to the Lynx, I think the team that's playing the best right now in the entire state is Sioux Falls Jefferson. And I would not be surprised in the least to see them take down Lincoln today. Lost by 21, I believe, or something like 56-37 the last time those two teams played each other. That's going to be one heck of a matchup. I'll tell you, if I wasn't here, I'd probably be there. Right. If there wasn't a game going on right here, I'd be watching that, because, boy, Jefferson really impressed me a few weeks ago. But, man, whoever wins these next 2 games, that's going to be one heck of a week next week over at the Dome. It's always so much fun. I try to get in all the games, watch every single one from 9-man all the way up.
Yeah, it's been such a luxury here in Brandon. You're a graduate from Brandon, right?
Yeah.
And so you know the rich tradition that we have. It's just like, well, we're going to go to the championship game in girls basketball, boys basketball, and football, and so on, right? It's just super contagious around here. As Knutson, 2nd down and 3, they do give it to Veskrina. He cuts back across the 20. Gets into the red zone, down to the 15, moving the chains, first down Lynx.
1, 2, 3, 4 different people, I think, had a hand on him that time. And that is, wrapping him up is not going to be enough. You got to get that full body weight on there, because Levi Veskrina is not a running back. he's 1.5.
Right, that's a great call, as he is truly a downhill runner, but his vision, right? Truly, a lot of people can run downhill, right? But your vision, that cutback, you see that so many times with him, is tremendous, and that makes him, to me, the best running back in the state. Veskerna with the carry on that first down. It's going to be a minimal gain of about 1, as the Lynx are in the red zone for their second time this evening. They did score on the last time they appeared into the red zone. Now second down and 9 from the 14.
Yep, Cooper Hodge on the stop for Harrisburg, and now the field gets a little smaller here. See if the Lynx continue to run the football. I'd love to see a little play action here.
Knutson under center, lone back. No, he does motion his fullback. Be right in front of Veskerna. There's a carry by Veskerna. That's going to be a gain of maybe 1, maybe 2 yards here. But what I like is Coach Zer and the staff, right? They're staying true to their game. You talked about it. It's cold. I mean, it's even cold in this. I mean, we have a heater right down here, but it's pushing a little bit of heat.
Yeah.
But we have a window open, right?
Right.
We want to feel the energy. We want to feel the cold, and it is a little crisp out.
Yep, it is. It is, but hopefully for those players on the field, they get moving a little bit. This is football weather, baby. That's all I can tell you.
Third down, 7. Knutson, Blomgren with the catch, down to about, they're going to say the 6. Interesting call by Coach Christensen. They are going to go for it. They're going hurry up. I like this call. You talked about being aggressive. The coaching staff's being super aggressive. Veskerna, first down and more.
Down at the 1.
Down at the 1. I wanted to call it, but he just was tripped up. But, hey, that's a first down. Now we have first and goal from the 1. Hurry up offense again. Direct snap to Veskerna. He finds the end zone this time. Touchdown, Lynx.
Yep, there it is, Ken. And they don't want to mess around. They got the look that they wanted, apparently, from Harrisburg. So they ran it boom, 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 3 times in a row. That's what I always say, especially watching the Vikings or whatever. Second and 1, they got to get 3 feet, and they throw it 3 times. Like, come on, man. Put your nose down and run the football. I may be a new age guy, but I like me some power football.
Mitzel on to kick his second extra point. Stroh to hold right at the 10. That one's up. It is good. There is no doubt about that one, as Mitzel connects 14-0 off the Veskerna. I would say 1 yard touchdown. Lynx up 14-0.
Yeah, nice long sustained drive for Brandon Valley. That's what they were looking for right there. Even got 2.5 minutes off the clock here in the second quarter. Keep that defense on the field as long as possible. Make them work and work and work. Sure, I think Levi Veskerna may have carried the ball something like 7-8 times on that drive alone, maybe even more.
Yeah, it was a host of him, and we talk about it every week, right? Dominating the line of scrimmage, right? You got to dominate the line of scrimmage. The Lynx offensive line, and we'll touch on them again this evening, they deserve all the credit, right? Because Veskerna has a hole that he can run through, right? And you can see that so far in this first half, the Lynx offensive line is dominating that line of scrimmage as Veskerna is running and running and running.
Game's won in the trenches, baby. One of my favorite sports cliches.
Mitzel, pooch kick. As we'll get the number on that one, it was fielded at about the 30.
Yep, Brian Esser, number 33, sophomore, on the return.
Esser with the return as the Lynx are playing it safe. The defense coming out on the field, and we talked about the Lynx offensive line dominating. So we've seen Hines in a little bit of dough, the 2 running backs for the Tigers, gained some chunk yards. But when it came up to the big plays, the domination of that defensive line has become big on those third down plays. Paulson gives it to Hines. He does gain about 3, maybe 4 yards. He does push it maybe 5 there as a good spin move by him. It's going to bring up a second down and 5 from the 43, they'll say.
Well, I thought I was watching Levi Veskernoff for a second because this man is a bruiser.
I said 43. I meant 38.
It's quite all right.
Yeah.
We'll let that slide.
Yeah. 5 yards difference. Paulson, 2 receivers to his right at the bottom of your screen. He does motion Young, his favorite receiver so far in this one. They give it to Hines for his second carry, and he's going to gain nothing. He's going to be stuffed. Actually, he's going to gain 1. Sorry, Tiger fans, if you're watching. He does gain 1 yard. It's going to bring up a third down in about 3. They're going to say right at the 39. Hurry up offense from the Tigers. Paulson rolls right. He has his intended receiver, doesn't find him as he goes backside. Almost, okay. As Williams, number 1 for the Lynx, the defender, misjumped it, right? He could have had that interception. It's a completion, right?
Yep.
And it's a good play, right? Truly, you don't want – I'm sure the coaching staff over there does not want – Paulson, the quarterback, throwing backside that far.
No.
But it worked for him. First down for the Tigers.
That is a no-no in the pros. I can't imagine what it's called in high school.
Right at the 50. Tigers with the first down. Paulson, 2 receivers to his right and left. They give it to Hines. He's met right there by number 28 for the Lynx, Bunker, as he's stuffed right there. A gain of 1, though. We've seen Hines, though. He keeps on churning those legs, too. Mm-hmm. He spins really well, and that's a gain of 1 when he shouldn't even had a gain, maybe of a tackle for a loss there, as it's going to be Tigers' second down as they cross the 50. Paulson, 1 receiver to his right. He does motion his receiver to the trip set. Now play action to Hines. Paulson's going to roll, finds his intended receiver. Great defensive play, though, by Stroh. And also, Bunker there is for his second consecutive play as it is knocked down, right? It was, if we call catching it in a traffic, that was LA traffic, right?
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of traffic there, and it's incomplete. Third down, 9. Lynx fans coming to their feet. You are too, wherever you are. Big third down. 7:03 to go in this first half. Paulson play action. Rolls right. Wants to go deep. It's underthrown, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by number 21 for the Lynx. That's going to be Leary. It's going to bring up a punting situation for the Tigers, as it looks like number 15, Upton, is going to be back deep at about the 36, 37-yard line. The dangerous punt returner in Paulson's right to the right of your screen. Paulson's going to get a chance, Pudwell's going to get a chance.
Oh, boy.
And he lets it go. It's going to be down at the 2. Special teams coach Silianson. And did I see that right last week? Coach Silianson, he got assistant coach of the year in South Dakota.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Congrats to him. Great job, man. He has
been a teacher since I was in elementary school. He is a huge part of Brandon Valley athletics, the school district, and the community. He is the best of our best.
Hats off to him. This coaching staff has just done a tremendous, tremendous job with these young men. Pin back, deep at about the 2 is going to be Knutson. You can see him. They do give it to Mueller. That's going to be Ryder Mueller, I believe, but there's going to be a flag. We haven't seen many flags in this one, have we? We've seen one, and that was nullified by a timeout, so this may be the first true penalty. False start, our illegal formation on the Lynx. half a distance to the goal, so they're at the 1.5 now. They're at the 0.5.
Yeah, exactly.
0.5.
Lost about 4 inches there.
Right,
That's
right.
terrible math, but
1,500 of you. It shows me 1.5 thousand people watching on Lynx YouTube. So it might be 1,599.
Yep. Could be.
Thank you for watching. You're tuned in to this big matchup here in Brandon. As Knutson, they give it directly to Veshkerna, and he's going to gain 3, maybe. Yeah, they'll say 3, maybe 2. We'll see what they mark it. But remember, it's second down because of that penalty, so it's manageable still. The Lynx are in no hurry with this one with 6 minutes to go. It seems like this first half has flown by, right? As there hasn't been a lot of stoppage of play with incomplete passes or anything like that. It's going to be Knutson. Pistol formation. He does give it to his running back. That's going to be Veshkerna again. Gain of about 2. Third down and 5, maybe 6. It's going to be 3rd and 6 from the 6.
Yeah.
5:35 to go.
They're a little stuck here because it's third and 6. You need to get a first down, try to get out of your own end zone so you're not punting, but you also don't want to make a big mistake here and try to go deep or something on third down. So I'm interested to see what old Coach Zer dials up here for BV.
Knutson, one receiver's to his right's Blomgren. He's got Veld and Veshkerna with him. Direct snap to Veshkerna. He gains a first down and more. He's just tripped up, but he does gain the first down, crosses the 24 to the 25. First down, Lynx moving the chains, and it was that close.
It was, but that close is good enough. Is enough space for Levi Veshkerna. Think about it. 3rd and 6. You run the football on 3rd and 6. That takes something. I tell you what. I can't say it here, but it takes something. Yeah. And when you got a guy like him and an offensive line like that, I don't blame him.
As it's going to be Knutson under center, I formation. Veshkerna again with his 4th carry of this series. Under 4:25 to go. Lynx, like we talked about, are in no hurry on this one. They're up 14-0. Defense is playing amazing. Special teams has already come into play, giving the Lynx great field position on special teams. Knutson and the offense are really, really controlling everything from the time of possession, field position, everything's working for the Lynx. Now Knutson motions Veshkerna, empty formation. They do go to Maddox Mueller, gains a first down and more, crosses the 30, and he is down at the 31, moving the chain, stops the clock with 3:49 to go, first half.
Maddox Mueller is 5'10" and 180 pounds soaking wet, and he just shoved away a defender. I love to see it. Lynx bringing the physicality to this game, and, hey, they get the ball to start the second half, too, so they can hold on to this one and get a little 2-for-1.
Dowd motioning right to left, your big tight end, number 8. He's got Veld, Veshkerna, end around again to Blomgren. Blomgren has a big opening, crosses the 40, down at the 44, and the signal from that sideline is move those orange neon things to the left, right of your screen. Lynx first down.
Yep, now the clock is winding. We got 3.5 to go here. Boy, London Delaney used to run the heck out of that play. Nice to have Blomgren. It may not go for 60 yards anymore, but you get it in the hands of Blomgren, you're going to get a chunk.
Hey, it keeps the defense honest, right? They got to stay home. As Veshkerna, along with Knutson in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left, they do run the option. Pitches it to Veshkerna. He crosses the 45 to the 47. It's going to be a gain of about 4. Brings up a 2nd and 6. Very manageable yards on first down going into second down.
Yeah, and already we seem to forget. This is one heck of a drive so far. This is one heck of a drive that started at the 2, which more or less started at the 1 because we had the false start penalty or the illegal formation.
Yep.
So if the Lynx can get any sort of points out of this, that would be quite the accomplishment. It'll give them a big boost in the halftime break.
Different formation is Dowd is in the backfield with Veshkar. They go to Dowd on the swing pass. Dowd crosses the 50, down to the 40, picks up a first down and more. I love that play. I've been calling for it all season. It is so hard for a defense to cover a good tight end, and Dowd is a great tight end from that position. He blocks a ton. It's really having another great offensive lineman, but then he turns into a receiver, and we've just seen that there. Great play call by Zur and that coaching staff on the offensive side for the Lynx. Knutson dropping back, connects. He has his receiver. That's going to be Maddox Mueller again on his second reception. Goes into the red zone, crossing the 20, down at the 19, moving the chains, 150 to go first half.
Yeah, Maddox Mueller, man, I got to tell you, a senior leader, second on the team in receptions, second on the team in yards, and he's picking a good time to have his biggest game.
As Briggs Knutson has been super efficient from the quarterback position, number 13, your senior quarterback. Veld along to right to his left. They give it to Veshkar, and he breaks a tackle, cuts it outside. It's going to be a minimal gain, and they're not even going to call it a gain. It's going to, now they move it.
Maybe one.
I believe we're going to have our first timeout for the Lynx as they had 3. Now they have 2 remaining, 1:12 to go. Boy, what a ball game so far in this first half.
Well, yeah, what a ball game so far, and what a drive by the Lynx, who got the ball with something like 4.5 minutes to go at the 2-yard line. Now they've driven all the way down here and finally have to use their first timeout. So great to have those in your pocket. I mean, having somebody like Briggs Knutson, who's so smart, who stood by his offensive coordinator the whole time he was out, he just brings another level of another calmness to this offense. And you know, there was a big write-up in the newspaper a few weeks ago in the Journal, and it just talks about how great of a leader he is, and he's going to take this Lynx team as far as they can go.
Absolutely. He's being very, very, very efficient, and you can see the calmness of the offense also. And hats off to Van Leur, too, as when he had to step in.
Offense was good when he was there.
Stepped in big time. Thankfully to him. And now we have Knutson at quarterback with 1:12 to go. The scoreboard says it right, 14-0. Lynx so far pitching the shutout in the first half. Knutson, he's got 2 tight ends to his right. He does motion his running back, Ryder Mueller, that was outside. So remember, Ryder Mueller, different than Maddox.
Yep.
Number 3 and number 2, right? As Maddox Mueller is traditionally he's a wide receiver, and I shouldn't say he's a really good wide receiver, right? But Maddox Mueller is kind of your 1-2 punch in the backfield Ryder Mueller is. I get him mixed up a little bit as he's the 1-2 punch in the backfield with Veshkar, and he gets that jet motion there. Knutson rolling left. Touchdown, Veshkar, his second touchdown of this first half. Briggs Knutson with that connection, rolling left. Nobody was home, right? The Tigers' defense is really having a tough time, and they have a good defense over there. There's a reason they're in the semifinals, right? But they're having a tough time covering those running backs out of the backfield, as Veld has caught a touchdown now from the fullback position, and now Veshkar.
Yep, they forgot all about him. I could have driven my car through the amount of space there was between the hash mark and the end zone between the defender. 20-0, Brandon Valley.
Mitzel, Strode a hold. Good. 3 for 3, 4 extra points this evening, and Mitzel's been on he's been truly amazing all year from that kicking. You know, he's our center too, right? And,
Right.
and so he's playing double duty every Lynx football game. But that scoreboard is right at the bottom of your screen. Your Lynx up 21-0 on this 11 AAA matchup, and more importantly, one of these teams is punching their ticket into the championship game down at the Dome. So far, it's all Lynx.
Yeah, I can't speak for Ken, but the only reason I'd ever go to the Dakota Dome is to be at the state tournament because I would never watch another team play there. That's not true. I'm just kidding, Coyote fans. I'm just joking around. Yeah, it's this is the kind of performance we've been waiting for the Lynx. Looked pretty sharp last week after that Jefferson loss where, I'll be honest, they looked a little flat in that game. And they're woken up. They're ready. They're taking it to this Harrisburg team, and they bled just enough clock that Harrisburg really can't do anything. 30 seconds.
You talked about that game at the end of the season, right? As it's how you respond, right? Mm-hmm. When there's a little disturbance to the force, right? And the coaching staff, obviously, and there's a good return by the Tigers there on that kickoff, but obviously at the end of that matchup where the Lynx had their first loss of the regular season, the last game, right? It takes a really great coaching staff to reset your team, all right? And probably to lean on your captains a little bit and your senior leadership too, but it takes a really good coaching staff to say, okay, we flushed that thing out, now we're into the new season and it's tournament time.
Sometimes a loss is the best thing that can happen to your team in the regular season.
Paulson, completion. It looks like a screen pass to number 23, Hines. He's going to grab not a first down. It's going to be a gain of about 7. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 from the 43. 17 seconds. First half. It's been all Lynx. Paulson drops back. Heavy pressure. He avoids it, goes left, and it's going to be incomplete as nobody was home. Great coverage also as Paulson was rolling right. I mean, I understand there's heavy pressure, but that's a really good defense on the back end too.
Yeah, and you get a right-handed quarterback rolling to the right side, especially in high school. That's big trouble.
3rd down, right from where we were at 2nd down on that incompletion. 3 receivers to Paulson's right. He's going to go up top, has an intended receiver, and it was almost the other intended receiver, which was a defender, which was Pudwell. Incomplete.
Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. They'll probably just punt it and kill the ball, and we'll head into the break with a nice cushion. Hey, we get the ball to start the second half too. Not bad. Not bad.
That is a great feeling when you walk into the locker room. As you got to play this one though. 4th down and 3.
Oh, they're gonna run a play, huh?
Yeah, they're going to certainly try here. As Paulson, 3 receivers to his right. 4th and 3. He's going to go up top. No, it is almost intercepted by the outside linebacker, Williams. Incomplete. That does it for your first half on this Friday evening, November 7th. Mark it on your calendar. Lynx trying to punch their ticket, and so far they're doing a good job leading that way as the road heads to the Dome, up 21-0 going into halftime.
That was about as good of a first half as you could ask for Brandon Valley. They had the ball 3 times. They scored 3 touchdowns. They had drives of over 5 minutes several different times. And they bent, but they did not break on defense. When they started to drive, when Harrisburg started to near midfield, clamps came down. Lynx shut it down. They got some long fields that they had to deal with, and they even used that to their advantage. They are using everything to their advantage right now.
I agree. And you talked about that this is we've been privileged to be a part of Lynx football, right? and for years and years and years, right? And it's such a privilege because they have such a rich history of winning championships under Coach Garrow and now Coach Christensen. And this team, it's always been, it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle, but it's always seemed like it's built on that offensive line, right?
Yes.
And I'm talking about the offensive side, right? It seems like it's always been built from the line of scrimmage, right? And that's that's true to really good football. There's a reason that you're almost every year punching your ticket to a championship game, right? And so one thing you talk about is that the line of scrimmage. Well, we know that our offensive line traditionally has been really great athletes.
Yep.
Power lifters. We know there's a few power lifters on there.
Wrestlers.
Right, wrestlers, and very good wrestlers to boot. And it's all, it seems like here in Brandon, and I'm looking down, right? I'm looking down. That may be one of the parents, the moms. But I'm looking down there, and she's got a Hawkeyes stocking cap on, right?
That poor woman.
Yeah, I'm a Gophers fan, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying the Hawkeyes are a rich tradition of having a great
Yes,
offensive
they are.
line. I mean,
Oh, they showed it against the Gophers this year, Ken. Anyway, you were saying?
and so we know that's where it all starts, right? And it's built up there, right? And so we talk about how does this team just become good on Friday evenings, right? And that's why I want to point to the coaching staff and the off-season program. Off-season program. Remember that, folks, off-season program. Mm-hmm. You win championships. You don't win them on Friday evenings, right, or maybe a Saturday at the Dome. You win them in the off-season on the off-season programs and what's put into those off-season programs and what's built into that. And that's a reason that you're sustainable into what you're doing every single year.
Yep. And I'll add to that. Brandon's got to become a bigger school. It's a bigger school than when I was in high school, but it's close. You will recognize, if you look at a football roster from this year, you will recognize names in track and field that are on the football roster. Basketball players on the football roster. Wrestlers, multi-sport athletes, people who are doing several different types of athletic activity throughout the season along with those football programs. So not only do the Lynx have great players, they have great athletes. And that's the most important. I got one thing. That's the most important thing. The former Lynx volleyball coach, Lindsay Smith, I remember interviewing her when I wrote for the Brandon Echo newspaper.
Echo.
When I was in high school.
Okay.
The high school newspaper.
All right.
And she said, I don't know how many volleyball players we're going to have on this team for the season preview, but I know we have a lot of athletes. Brandon Valley always has good athletes. Athletes, off-season program, I mean, it's no wonder a great mind like Coach C, who learned from the great Chad Garrow, who, I mean, if you're, there's two most powerful people in this town are the mayor and the head football coach, and we all know it. So he's a great representative. The Lynx represent themselves well on it and off the field. I'm very proud of the program and the entire athletic organization and the school itself.
And you're an alumni, right? And
Yep.
you know all about it. I assume you went to school here ever since you were able
Yep.
to go to school,
Yes,
right?
I was. Yes, I was.
And so that tradition has been amazing even since I stepped foot about 14, 15 years ago into the Brandon community. And truly it's about a community too. It's about we talk about athletics all the time, right? And we're privileged. And just imagine if we were able to bring Lynx TV into a classroom, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about academics, right? Mm-hmm. And we're able to do a play-by-play and color for academics, right? The rich tradition, the tradition here in Brandon is being the number one school.
Yeah.
in South Dakota in academics too. So it's about a championship environment, right?
Yes.
Surround yourself with great people, right? And continue that by spreading your wings and letting that blossom all the way around. And that's what this community really, really does. And hats off. And we'll talk about our Lynx TV sponsors again. And there's a reason that we have these headsets on. There's a reason that you're able to watch that camera. And as we head into the winter season, the basketball coverage, right?
It'd be great.
And so there's a reason for all of that, right? And it's about these community sponsors, right? They're all from the community, right?
Yep.
And it's about the buy-in. It's about all coming together, and you can see these fans out here. I see a fan with the T-shirt on, right? I mean, it's really, really about everybody coming together for one purpose and making it a great, great place to live, go to school, and a member of the community.
I'm Kyle Roki, and I approve that message. And I will also give a shout-out. Couple other things we didn't mention when it comes to excellence, academics, athletics. Theater is huge in this town. We're always considered one of the best when it comes to oral and terp. And the plays that we put on at the PAC, and, of course, the band. As Bob Logan says, the best pep band in the entire country, and I truly do believe it. So we are a small-town community that is still far enough outside of Sioux Falls that we have our own identity, we have our own schools, we have our own people, we have our own grocery stores, we have everything here. That makes it a town, but we're also able to rub up against the Sioux Falls schools and get there when we need to. But when it comes down to it, the Sioux Falls area is not our home. Brandon, South Dakota is, and this little surrounding towns that surround it, they are the beating heart of this area. And this football field is one of the big beating hearts of this school too. So I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody, the entire school, for thanking us to let us do this. This is just amazing.
Yeah, and you talked about it, Kyle, about all the programs that are out there in here in Brandon and in the community, and other schools have them too. I'm not I may be biased a little bit, but other schools do a great job too. Don't get me wrong, in other communities, right? And when we look at this half of the bracket, right, in the tournament right now in 11 AAA, you have this side and you have the other side, right?
Yep.
This side, two teams that came into the Metro, into AAA, right? The Metro is the Metro, right? The Metro, you think about the big, Sioux Falls. So the two teams that are playing this evening that you're able to watch on Lynx TV this evening on this field are suburbs, truly suburbs, right, of a metropolitan, right?
Right.
The flip side of it, on the other side of the bracket in 11 AAA in this tournament, is two teams from Sioux Falls.
Those city slickers.
And I always say this, right? Play with the big boys, right?
Yeah.
Measure yourself against the big teams. Measure yourself. You were part of it in athletics, right? When it was ESD and AA, and there's still a form of ESD in there, right?
Yeah.
But AA and the Lynx athletics and all the way through theatrical, everything were at the top of the ESD too. And now they walk in Harrisburg too. I'm gonna give a shout out to Harrisburg too.
Yeah.
They've been tremendous.
Yeah.
In everything involved in what we were just talking about too. As for suburbs to do that, at a small what are we at? 10 to 12,000 maybe,
something like
right?
that.
Whatever the population is, but it's not as big as that population right to our west, right? Right to our west, that population. I know they got to divide it amongst a few schools.
Schools are bigger
right?
though too.
Right,
schools have more kids.
Right. So I'm putting that out is that you folks, if you're watching on channel 226 on Alliance Communications and on TV or if you're watching on Lynx YouTube around the world, feel privileged.
Yeah.
Feel that you're a big part of something special, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I don't care what you're doing in this community, but you're a part of it, right? And it takes kibbles and bits to make hunks and chunks.
Beautiful. Well said. Yeah, and that's why you have even on this coaching staff, Matt Christensen, Tim Siliuson, Kent Anderson, Mark Statham, Matt Mueller. These are guys, Jeremy Risty, they were coaching when I was here. If you had told me 15 years ago that all of this would be possible and we'd be in semifinal games against these types of teams, I would have laughed. I mean, we were standing toe-to-toe with Yankton and Aberdeen Central and Pier. Those are great programs. Those are storied programs. Those ESD matchups they're some of the greatest memories of my life watching those teams play against each other. But the Lynx have taken the next step, and they were kind of forced to do it, kind of like SDSU was when they joined Division I, when their football program wasn't great, and they just said,
Right.
You know what? We're going to get the guys in. We're going to keep building and building and building, and we're going to create something special here, and that's exactly kind of what's happened. But they have kept, same I think with SDSU, they have kept that blue-collar, agriculture, slightly farming side of their attitude, where it's still, even though it's turf, it still feels like, mud and pushing and pulling and, just this extra type of roughness that you don't get sometimes in those Sioux Falls area. It's just something I've observed. I don't know if I'm onto something or I'm on something, but
No, it's a great observation and way to put it is that it's a community effort, and the reason that this team is able to do what they do is all the work that they put in and all the work you put in. No matter however you contribute, it's all the work that we all put in. Go ahead with the Lynx TV sponsors.
Thanks to our Lynx TV sponsors, Lynx All-American sponsors, Alliance Communication, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling and Chefsterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health Brandon, and Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Our Lynx champion sponsors, Alliance Communication, American Family Insurance of the Josh Koob Agency, Arrowhead Automotive, Axiom Construction Group, Brandon Ace Hardware, Branded Lumber Company, Burhen and Grunig Heating and Air Conditioning, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Northwest Tire, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Thank you very much to those sponsors for being part of the community. A community that is truly wrapped around its school. It's a school type of community. We appreciate everything. Thank you.
Thank you, sponsors. Do we have a score update?
We do. 58 seconds to go in the second quarter. Just like their shoes, they're all tied up. It's 14-all.
14-all there on that other side of the bracket that we talked about. Jefferson and Lincoln trying to punch their ticket into the 11 AAA championship matchup for whoever punches their ticket this evening on this field. And we're going to pause for a brief moment, give ourselves a rest, and we'll be right back with second half football. All right, we are back, and thank you for joining us. If you're on channel 226 on Alliance Communications and YouTube around the world, Lynx TV YouTube, that is the start of your second half as the Lynx are ahead 21-0 in this 11 AAA matchup in the semifinals in Brandon, South Dakota, as it is a cool November night, and we've seen so far a lot of running the ball, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's going to change until Harrisburg can really neutralize it. They have a couple of times, but they have not sustained anything with stopping the run.
Kyle said it multiple times in the first half. Lynx get the ball in the second half, and that's what we see here. Veshkerna on that first down carry. The ball is on the ground. We may have the first turnover of this ball game, and it looks like we do, as it's going to be a fumble on the first carry for the Lynx. Veshkerna puts it on the turf. It's going to be Harrisburg ball with great field position to start the third quarter.
Well, we're going to see how good this defense reacts and starts out this second half. They were not expecting to come on the field, and we're going to see what kind of urgency they got.
Tigers, I believe they have a new quarterback, or it may be a pistol formation. That's going to be number 8 for the Tigers with the carry in the backfield. That's going to be Schimmel with the carry. He's your new quarterback for the Tigers. So we're going to cross that one off.
Right.
Add that one. Schimmel, number 8 in the backfield. He's got a receiver to his right and left with tight ends. Second consecutive carry by Schimmel. He's going to gain about 2 yards. That's going to move the chains for the Tigers as the Tigers come out of halftime, changing things up a little bit.
Yep, trying to catch the Lynx off guard. You know, they get a touchdown here, then they're one stop away from making this one possession game, Ken.
Different formation that we've seen from the first half, a lot of read option. That's going to be Schimmel. He's going to give it to his running back out of that wing formation to Hines.
Yeah, he's down.
And he is down on the turf. We hope it's nothing serious, as it looked a little bit awkward, but I'm not going to say anything about it. We have a little bit of a pause. We talked about, Kyle, at halftime, and you heard a lot about the community, right, and a lot about the program here in the school and so on, and deserving so as Hines is going to go to the sideline there. Knutson, the scoring plays on offense in the first half. Knutson, your quarterback, the senior quarterback, number 13, had 2 touchdowns through the air, right? Veshkerna was a recipient of one of them, and he also had a rushing touchdown. He had 2 touchdowns. Veld from the fullback position caught a touchdown also. That's your scoring plays for the Lynx in the first half. I believe Paulson's back in the game at quarterback. He is. They're going to give it to the running back. We'll see who that is. That's going to be, I believe, Doe.
That's Doe, yep.
Number 28. It's going to bring up a third down in about 7. Lynx defense looking to hold. I believe this is going to be 4-down territory.
Has to be.
For the Tigers. As Paulson at quarterback. He's got Doe with him. It was a smidgen of about 3 plays from Schimmel, and that's going to be false start. I believe it is going to be the first penalty on the Tigers. It's going to move them back. As it's going to be now 3rd down in about 12 from 3rd and 7. A little bit different play call here, I believe, from the Tigers defensively. Got to protect that end zone. 3rd and 12. It's getting loud here in Brandon. Paulson rolls right, looking for his backside receiver. He does find his receiver, and I believe it is a touchdown by number 22. That's going to be Wolbrink with, excuse me, is it Wolbrink? Yeah, Wolbrink with the reception. So we talked about you don't want your quarterback doing that. That was designed.
Yeah, yes, that was, and he was wide open. So a big, big, big scoring play from Harrisburg here to keep themselves in this game.
So Upton on to kick his first extra point for the Tigers. That one is up, and it is good. It is now 21-7 off the fumble by Veskerna and that opening series in the third quarter. Now, Kyle, we talked about, gaining momentum, right? And football's truly about the roller coaster that you play, right? It's a roller coaster. So you've seen all in the first half, it's all Lynx. Now you've seen a little bit of a turn in field position. I shouldn't say a little bit, a lot, okay? And how do you respond? It's all about responding, right? It's about adjustments, responding. I truly don't think the Lynx need to do anything different.
No, they don't need to do anything differently. You got a guy like Levi Veskerna. He's ran for over 1,400 yards already this season. He's averaging over 8 yards a carry coming into this game. He fumbled. Big deal. So what? Haven't seen it almost all year. So give him the ball again. Let him sustain something, and let's go home.
There is the kickoff by Upton. It is fielded by Pudwell. He is dangerous from there, and he gets to the sideline, goes to the 35, and he's going to be down at about, let's see where they mark it. I believe it's going to be right at the 35. Good return by Pudwell. We know when he has a little bit of a seam, boy, he can take it home, and good field position for the Lynx.
Yes, sir. Got 65 yards to go to the end zone. The way that you stop the momentum is you score here. Put up some numbers.
High formation directly behind Knutson. Two receivers, one to his left and right. They do give it to Veskerna. He is bottled up in the backfield. I believe it's going to be no gain. It's going to bring up a second down and 10 directly from the 35.
Yeah, nice pursuit. Nice pursuit by Cooper Mitchell and Cooper Rasmussen. They've rung Levi Veskerna's bell a couple of times here on consecutive plays.
My guess is if that defense, and I haven't peeked at the Tigers' defense and what they're bringing, but they have everybody at the line of scrimmage now. They're going to try to take away the running game. Veskerna with his second consecutive carry, and this one's going to go for a chunk of yards more there. It's a gain of 9, brings up third down and 1 from the 44.
Going quick.
Hurry up offense. Veskerna. Carry. Does he get it? I think second effort as he spun out of that tackle. He was stopped for a loss of 1. He gained 2 on that spin to the outside.
Yeah, and falling forward once again. I hate to keep mentioning it, but he got spun around, he got stopped, but he just said no and gave one more push.
Very true. You speak it into existence, right? That's what Veskerna does great.
Yes.
Is he keeps on moving those legs and keeps on pushing downhill with great vision. As it looks like Knutson, he's got 2 fullbacks to his right. Goes up top. Blomgren, great move. Crosses the 50 down to about the 44. And that's going to be a gain of about 8 yards. Second down and 2 from the 46.
We're going to have the pleasure next year of having our top wide receiver back. It's been a great year for Blomgren. 400 yards, over 400 yards, 22 yards a catch this season. It's been a great year. He's also run the ball pretty well. Has 2 touches and a touchdown this year on the running game.
Second down and 2. Motioning 2 receivers to his right. That's Irie, also the tight end. Veskerna, great vision, cuts it back. He gains 1 yard. as he's seen nothing open to the right, cuts it back for the 1 yard, 3rd down and 1. Hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Your Lynx offense, 3rd and 1. Direct snap, Veshkina, and more! He is loose, crossing the 20. It's all over from there. Touchdown.
Oh, Levi Veshkina, after that fumble, he was carrying that thing like a baby running down a shopping aisle, for crying out loud. Man, that's the thing, Ken. You know this. You're a defensive coach, or formerly. You can stack the box if you want to, but if you get past that first level, it's big, big trouble, because who's there to protect you? Nobody.
Exactly. It's pick your poison, right? That Mitzel's on to kick his 4th extra point with Stroh holding here, but it's really pick your poison, right? You've seen that quick pass to Blomgren. Blomgren gains 8, right? And now you have to respect it. You have to, because Knutsen's very efficient this evening. He's got 2 touchdowns, but I don't know if he has an incompletion, okay? He may be batting 1,000% right now in the completion percentage. I don't think I've seen a ball hit the ground.
I don't think so either.
From a pass. So you have to be able to respect it. And when you play man-to-man out there, you're collapsing that box with two safeties, right? You are bringing everybody to the line of scrimmage, and Kyle just said it perfect, as the Lynx go up 28-7 in this 3rd quarter. As if there is an opening, there's missed tackles, or Veshkina just powers his way through that first line of defense, right? There's nobody home.
Nope.
And it's a touchdown.
Yeah, and when you got such a good offensive line in front of you, and we'll give these guys a shout-out here sometime in the second half, it's a recipe for disaster, stacking the box. It may work for a while, but the dam's going to break.
6:50 to go, 28-7 is your score in this semifinal. That kick's going to be kicked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. I believe we'll have a flag as it does go out of bounds. We'll see where they actually mark it.
It's either the 35 or the 40. 35 in high school.
35-yard line, that's where the Tigers are going to start on offense. So now, as a coach, right, let's put our coaching hat on, everybody. All thousands and thousands of you that are watching this game live, is the Tigers did a really good job coming out of halftime adjusting their offense, right? Why do you take that backside throw? Because the Lynx are being super aggressive and everybody's flowing so hard that backside does open up. Now let's see the adjustment by the Lynx defense, and there it is! There's a sack! As Paulson drops back, and I believe that's number 15 for the Lynx. That's going to be Hartz on the sack. Big loss as the crowd comes alive there. It's going to be 2nd down and 18 from the 27, as Paulson has his 3 receivers to his left in that trip formation. He also has a tight end directly at the line of scrimmage, tight to the formation. Play action, rolling left. He is sacked again, and guess who? Hartz, 2nd consecutive sack. Boy, there's a notch, right? And there's a 2nd notch.
Man.
And now it's 3rd and a mile.
Yeah, and that's not a name that we have called many times, this Cohen Hartz gentleman. He's a senior, last home game of your career, and he gets 2 sacks, 2 huge sacks.
From the defensive end position, heavy pressure. It is caught by number 22 for the...
That's Woolbrink.
Woolbrink with the reception. He did have that touchdown last time, so he has become the favorite for Paulson so far in this 3rd quarter. 3 receivers. That's a big gain because it's 4th and a little bit of manageable here. 4th down and 9. 2 receivers, actually 3 receivers to Paulson's right. He's got 1 to his left. Spread formation, heavy pressure, steps up, has a receiver. Great coverage, though, by number 23 for the Lynx. And that's going to be Mandery on the coverage. Man-to-man coverage, you can't play it any better.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see the Harrisburg wide receiver was kind of like, oh, come on, man. But Mandery did a great job. All he did when the ball went up is he put his arm out just straight outwards. He didn't lay it down. He didn't push. Nothing. Just had his hand there, and that's called hand fighting, and that is not a penalty.
And he became the intended receiver with
Yes,
that
he
great
did.
coverage.
And now the Lynx got great field position.
Great field position, like Kyle said, as the Lynx are on their side of the 50. Direct snap. Veshkerna coming off the last touchdown on the last series, going to be gain of 3. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 34.
And now, under 17 minutes left in this game, you're up 3 scores. This is when you really establish the run game. This is when you run until you can't no more. And they're going to try to take their soul here and finish this game off.
3 touchdowns already for Veshkerna, 1 through the air, 2 from the ground. Knutson, pistol formation. It's not Knutson, it's actually Blomgren in the backfield, number 11. As we're seeing kind of this, what do they call it, the Wildcat-ish formation?
Something like it.
Blomgren's going to stay at quarterback as Knutson is on the sideline. And this tells you, well, I don't know. I haven't been privileged to go to practice, right? But maybe Blomgren does have an arm. We don't know, right? But you know that the Tigers are thinking run with him in the backfield here on that tight formation. Everything's packed in. No true wide receiver. Your only true wide receivers in the backfield. Veshkerna with the carry. First down and more. No, he's going to be just stopped. 1 yard short.
Go for it.
Knutson coming back in the game along with Irie and Maddox Mueller. And we'll see what happens here. Lynx are going to go for it on 4th down. 3:15 third quarter. Lynx up by 3 scores. 4th and 1. Knutson and the offense break the huddle. Pistol formation. Veld right to his right. And Veshkerna. End around. Mueller. He is open and he is loose. He goes across the 20. Down to the 10, finally brought down at about the 7, first down and more.
I usually do not recommend doing an end around on 4th and 1. But play calling is about execution. When you execute the play calling's good. When you don't execute, they call the play calling bad. So, beautiful execution.
Beautiful play call as you know the Tigers come out in a little misformation. Lynx show them a little bit of the recipe of their own. Beautiful pass. Do we have interference? We do not, as they're going to let them play there as intended. I believe that's going to be Knutson's first incompletion of this one. It comes with a throw to Blomgren in the end zone. You like that matchup, though. Blomgren is a taller wide receiver, and it's man-to-man coverage, right? So you have that one. Maybe float it up a little bit more and give him a chance to go and jump and get it.
That's a really big compliment to your quarterback. Those are not easy throws to make.
As it's going to be Knutson. He's got Veshkerna right to his left. He does give it to him, cuts it to the outside, cuts it back in. Gain of about 1. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal from the 7. I believe we'll see if this is 4-down territory. I'm not saying the Lynx are not going to grab this touchdown, but let's see what happens here.
Like to see something through the air here. Maybe if it's 4-down territory, though, you can certainly run the football here if you want to.
As Lynx taking their time in the huddle. 10 seconds on the play clock. That's going to be Knutson action. He's got Veld. Does he go to him? No, he tries Dowd. And Knutsen's on the ground. He took a big hit at about the 15. It's going to be incomplete. So the Tigers decide for Coach Christensen and his staff. And I like this, right? I'm not looking to next game, right?
Right.
But kicking field goals may play a part. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's important. 25-yard attempt.
Mitzel, stroll to hold. It is up, and it is good. Mitzel splits the uprights. It is now 31-7 with 1:32 to go in this third quarter. It's been a lot of Lynx all night.
Yep. And like you said, I like the field goal there. I like trying to kick it and just trying to get that operation done at a different place other than the extra points. So the Lynx, they got full control here. They got under 14 minutes to play. They're going to either have Roosevelt. Not Roosevelt this year. No offense to him. Not Roosevelt. Jefferson or Lincoln to play next week. So right now, Lincoln just took the lead over Jefferson with about a minute and a half gone in the third quarter. So who will be in and who will be out? It looks like the Lynx have control of this one, but their opponent is still up in the air.
As Lynx coming onto the field for the kick, that's going to be Mitzel. He is 4 for 4 in the kicking game, 4 extra points, and that field goal that he just kicked from about 25 yards out, and he is 1 from 1 from there. Mitzel with the kick. It's a squib kick. That's going to be taken by Schemmel.
Woo.
And he is upended right there by number 6.
That is Chase Hartman on the stop, sophomore.
Hartman there, and Pudwell also contributing on the tackle as the Lynx defense looking to hold here, as they gave up 7 on that. When you have a turnover, when the field position flips like that, it's short field for the Tigers. They took advantage of that. Lynx have actually answered twice with a touchdown from Veshkerna and a field goal from Mitzel in the third quarter. Paulson moves his receiver left to right, now back to the right. It's a jet motion to number 11 for the Tigers.
Yep, that's Ticey on the carry.
Ticey. And that's going to be his first carry on this one as a jet motion underneath the quarterback. Gain of about 2. They're going to say 3. 2nd and 7 with 1 minute to go. Third quarter from the 36. Paulson motions Young from right to left. Taking his time. Play action, rolling right. He finds Young, and he's going to go out of bounds at about the 48, and that's going to move the chains for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a nice looking throw there by Paulson, and a nice pitch and catch with Will Young, and Lynx playing a little bit soft there, but that's a nice throw there, all the way kind of across the hash marks, all the way to the sideline. Impressive.
Paulson, 1st and 10 from the 46. He's got 3 receivers to his left. He does motion Young again, his receiver, and his favorite receiver. That's going to be Doe. Doe with a big carry across the 50. And I said it was a big carry. It seemed like a ton more, right? It was a really, really good carry, a gain of 5 there as he crosses the 50. 2nd and 5. The Tigers will have to take another snap in this third quarter. We have about 2 seconds that separates the game clock from the play clock. Doe. He's limping a little bit in the backfield, as you can see. Paulson. They do give it to Doe. No, it's a flea flicker. And Lynx are all over it. It is complete, though. A good pass by Paulson. It's incomplete.
They're going to call it incomplete.
4 seconds to go, third quarter still. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 49.
And I think what happened was so the referee has his hat off, and that usually means a player went out of bounds. So what I'm guessing is the call is that the pass was incomplete because the Harrisburg wide receiver stepped out of bounds by accident and came back in, touched the ball. Can't do that.
Good call, good call. We weren't able to see as Young was kind of hidden by the sideline from the Lynx, as we weren't able to see his feet. We'll see what the call is here. Still 2nd and 5 from the 49. 4 seconds. Third quarter.
Yep, that's what the referees are saying.
Now 3rd and 5. Kyle was spot on that one. He has X-ray vision, and he was able to see it.
Contacts help.
3rd and 5. Lynx fans coming to their feet. You can hear them. 3 receivers to Paulson's right in this semifinal. Paulson does complete it, though, and he finds his receiver, number 8, Schimmel, and that's going to move the chains, and that's going to do it for this third quarter as the Tigers are moving as they cross the 50 and gain that first down. We are heading to the fourth. Lynx up 31-7 in the semifinals in the state of South Dakota. We'll give you a score as the other side of the bracket is happening too between Jefferson and Lincoln.
Yeah, Jefferson's got the ball right now. Not much time has been taken off the clock since we last spoke, but looks like it is still 21-14, but Jefferson is driving.
So there is your score. Jefferson driving. They're up 21.
And actually Jefferson just scored, Ken.
So we almost have, we do have a tie game, huh?
Yep,
21 apiece. So it is locked up over in Sioux Falls, 21-21. The Lynx have complete control of this one heading into the fourth. You got to keep momentum, though, right? You got to keep playing aggressive. Always play like that scoreboard says 0, right? Yep. Always play like that.
Alec Baldwin said it best, always be closing.
That's a good one.
Now,
Always
I know that has nothing to do with what's happening right now, but
I just close out a football game, right?
That's right. That's right. You got 12 minutes to do it. And even if Harrisburg scores here, you're not panicking. You're just going to run the football. But it'd be nice to have a stop.
Schimmel at quarterback. He puts it in the air. Great defense there by the Lynx as it's going to be incomplete on that first down. And that's going to be Mandry with the coverage.
Yeah, he's been good tonight. Mandry's been good tonight. You've called his name a few times, Ken. It's been for your pass breakups.
So that secondary led by Pudwell and Mandry, and with good safety play also, the Lynx defense has been all over this turf. Paulson, play action. He's going to roll left. He has a receiver. It is thrown out of bounds, though. It's going to bring up a 3rd down now and 10 directly from the 35.
Yep, and Harrisburg's in 2-down territory here, obviously, being down 24. 3 touchdowns and 3 extra point or 3 2-point conversions. They have to keep moving the ball here.
11:49 to go in this one. 31-7. Lynx are on top. Your fans are coming to their feet as it's going to be Paulson. 3 receivers to his left. Tigers all in white with some maroon sprinkled around. Heavy pressure. Paulson breaks it. He's going to be brought out of bounds, though. It's going to be a loss of about 6. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 16, and I think there was about 3 defenders there putting on that pressure.
Yes, there were. Number 16, Ahmed, was in there, along with number 65, Landon Voigt. That's been a different dynamic the Lynx have brought, along with number 88, Wyatt Simpson, keeps everything fresh on that front line.
4th down. They're going to call it 15 from the 40. Paulson at his 45. Heavy pressure again. And it looks like we're going to have holding and more right at the 40. I believe that's going to drive that one back, but I believe the Lynx are going to decline that. Offense is coming to the field.
Yes, sir. The only time the defense ever looked questionable tonight. The first drive, they got past midfield. And then, a 24-yard touchdown drive? That's been about it. So this defense, man, I tell you, they looked a little fatigued against Jefferson a few weeks ago. That is not how they have looked so far in this game.
2 games in the playoffs, so 7 quarters so far, and the Lynx defense is playing tremendous and swarming to the ball. As it's going to be Knutson, 2 receivers to his left. He motions Blomgren. Blomgren, he's loose across the 40, 50, down to the 45, and he is brought down there. That jet motion has worked tremendously this evening.
Yes, they've done it a couple times. They did it earlier in the season a few weeks ago, and it led to a 43-yard touchdown from Blomgren, but he's got that quickness. He's got that burst around the outside that you break containment just for a second, he's going to go lickety-split.
We saw, you talked about it, Landon Delaney last year.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he brought it to the house more than once last year from that. Blomgren, we'll probably see that in the next, we'll say, 5 quarters.
Yeah. Or next season.
Veshkerna, that's true, as he is a junior. And Veshkerna is going to be dropped for about a gain of 1. That keeps that clock spinning, as it's going to be 2nd down and 9 from the 42. Knutson looking to the sideline. A little bit of confusion there. Lynx, I guarantee, do not want to take a timeout.
I think they're going to. They're going to let this clock run all the way down.
You are right. They're going to take a timeout with 10:50 to go. As there's a little bit of confusion there in the huddle. You can see that the staff's coming out, and, it's okay, right? It's okay to call it. You don't want to take a timeout there, but it's okay, right? You want to keep everything positively moving. As you're spinning this clock down and you're looking to punch your ticket into that championship game, it's about momentum. It's about a feel, right? It's about mentality. It's about all that mindset that plays into it. You can see Coach Christensen right to your screen as he's talking to the side judge there, getting some type of explanation. I don't know what happened there, but we'll see what happens here. As he wants an answer, and I don't know what he's asking.
I don't think he's satisfied.
No. Lynx offense coming out of that timeout. They take their first timeout. They have 2 remaining in this 4th quarter. Knutson 2nd and 9. Motions Mueller. Gives it to Veshkerna. Veshkerna breaks it open. Gains the 1st down and more. He is not brought down until he hits about the 30. 1st down, moving the chains, 10:40 to go, Lynx driving.
This Lynx team averaged 7.5 yards a carry on the season. That is just tremendous.
Veshkerna, they're playing hurry up here on 1st down. We haven't seen that so far. Kind of bringing a wrinkle to things, right? And it's okay. What I like about the coaching staff is they don't have to play hurry-up offense. They're up by what? What do we say here? 24?
Yeah.
Right now? They don't have to play hurry-up, but they're being aggressive, right?
Yep.
It's all about that feel. It's all about what we're doing as a team, and we're just keeping the pedal down.
And they want to let either Jefferson or Lincoln know, and right now it's a toss-up. They want to know that they mean business. They want to put up as many points as they can.
Dowd in the backfield, and that's going to be Knutson. Goes to the ground, It's going to be incomplete. I believe Knutson slipped. There is frost. I'm telling you, folks. Turf typically doesn't look like that. I mean, you can see a sprinkle of green. You can see on the screen there, but you see in the middle of that field where the players, have played a little bit there, and you can see that there's a frost to the turf, so it's going to be a little bit slippery.
You can see the contrast between where their spots are and are not. Some are a little darker, there's none. But, yeah, it gets a little slick out there.
Third down, Knutson, offense on the field. They motion Blomgren from left to right. Third down and 8 from the 28. Blomgren, it's going to be an errant throw by Knutson. We'll see what happens here. They're keeping the offense on the field. Under 10 minutes to go on that incompletion. 4th and 8. I believe they're going to change the clock.
Yep, just put a couple seconds back on.
We'll see what they do here. It hasn't changed. 9:38. We know it's 4th and 8 from the 28.
All right.
8 seconds on the play clock. Now we're under 5. Knutson. He's got 1. Gets a snap off. Goes up top. He has Dowd. Beautiful catch by that tight end on the sideline. He said, that ball's mine, and we're moving the chains.
Yes, sir. He has not been used a lot this year. Only 9 touches coming into this game, but he's there when you need him because he is a talented man. You gush over this guy.
Man, he is super talented. We know that in basketball also. Vesker now looking for his third touchdown on the ground, and he scores. He crosses the white line, links up 37-7. Veskerna's 4th touchdown, 3rd on the ground.
He is a special kid. This is a special team, Ken. And they are 9 minutes away from going back to the Dome.
Going back to the Dome, right? And we don't know who on that side's going to punch their ticket, right? It could be a rematch. As Mitzel on to kick his 5th extra point. Stroh to hold. It's up. High snap. Stroh gathers it. Down, and it is good. 38-7, 9:16 to go in this AAA matchup in the semifinals in Brandon, South Dakota, with some fireworks to our right. It's been all Lynx with a little bit of Tigers sprinkled in there in the third quarter.
I think there's a lot of Lynx fans around the community that are breathing a little sigh of relief. I think a lot of people were nervous going into this one, considering how the last couple of weeks had gone. But Lynx are back, baby. I mean, they are firing tonight, and they're going to have hopefully a little bit of a beat up squad to play against, because right now with 6:55 to go in the third quarter, Jefferson and Lincoln are all tied up, 21 apiece. Lincoln's got the ball, and they're driving.
At Howard Wood Field. I'm sure all of you will be tuning into that one as they're still in the third, like Kyle said, about 6 minutes to go, right?
Yep, 6.5. Yep.
Mitzel kicking off from the 40. That one's up in the air. Doe's there to receive it at the 5. He takes it. He's number 28. And he's going to break a tackle and more. He is loose for the Tigers. He crosses the 50. And he's going to be brought down at about the 48. You know who he reminded me?
Oh, you can. It's all right.
Yeah, you had that feeling too, right?
I don't know who you're thinking of, so I don't know.
Adrian Peters.
Oh, there you go. 28, of course. How could I forget?
28. I mean,
how could I
there's a
forget?
little bit of a movement there.
There was. There was a burst.
Yeah. Tigers starting on their offense on their side of the 50 with that good return from Doe. Paulson, 2 receivers to his right. Lynx trying to play big defense again, and Pudwell is almost there with the interception. It's incomplete, as it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 48.
Yeah, and if you're the Lynx, you're just trying right now to get the clock to wind in any way you can on defense. Clock stops at first downs. Don't forget that.
2nd down and 10 from the 48, 9:03 to go. Paulson, heavy pressure, and he has brought down his intended receiver, I believe is going to be number 21 for the Tigers.
Yep, Deary on the reception.
And we have a Lynx player down at about the 45. We'll take this opportunity to pause, and we'll talk about our Lynx TV sponsors again.
Yes, thanks to our Lynx All-American sponsors, Alliance Communication, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling, Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx MVP sponsors, First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health of Brandon, and Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our Lynx champion sponsors are Alliance Communication, American Family Insurance with the Josh Koob Agency, Arrowhead Automotive, Axiom Construction Group, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Buren and Grunning, a heating and air conditioning, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quickstar, Northwest Tire, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and today's Family Dentistry.
Thank you, sponsors. There's a reason, we always say this, there is a reason we're able to bring this to you live, as a Lynx player is still down at the 45. It's been Lynx and a lot of Lynx on all phases, right, Kyle? From special teams, we saw that in the beginning of the game, as you could see they were all over the punter, and it looks like Ledbetter is going to come off on his own power there, as he's going to come to the sideline. All phases of this game, and especially from the Lynx, from the coaching staff, special teams, defense, and offense, have been top-notch in this semifinal, and we got a 31-point lead in the semis. Paulson, 3 receivers to his left. He does give it to his running back. We do have a flag. That's going to be false start on the Tigers. So 3rd down, and what are we going to call it, Kyle?
I mean,
17?
They got to get all the way to Valley Springs.
There you go. That's a good one. 3rd down, Valley Springs for Paulson. They give to the running back. That's going to be Hines. No, it's going to be number 21 again for the Tigers.
Yep, that's Deary again.
Deary with the carry. We do have another Lynx on the field, as training staff and part of the coaching staff coming out to the field. It looks like Williams is going to come to the sideline on his own here. Stoppage of play with 8:11 to go, 38-7. It is 4th down and 11 from the 49 for the Tigers. At the 49, 3 receivers to Paulson's left. Deary in the backfield with him, 1 receiver to his right. Lynx defense looking to hold in this 4th quarter with 8:11 to go. Heavy pressure again. Lynx being aggressive, and there's an aggressive hit by Pudwell, and he says no first down, Lynx ball.
Yes, sir. There's the exclamation point that we were waiting for with the Lynx up 38-7, well on their way to another state championship berth. And we were just waiting for Nolan Pudwell to eventually leave his mark on this game. You know, I think he missed a couple actually recently, so to have him back and making plays like that, being back there to punt return, it's a good feeling.
Absolutely. He is a tremendous player. We will see him, I'm sure, on offense also in the championship game. He brings another element to that, too. He's a really, really good defensive back corner for the Lynx also. It's Knutson. He's got his running back, Ryder Mueller, directly behind him. Maddox Mueller in motion. Gives it to Ryder Mueller, and he's loose across the 50 to about the 48-yard line. Gain of about 7. It's going to bring up, actually 6. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4.
And the Lynx would sure like to run off 3, 4, 5-yard chunks here as long as they can down the field. Leave no doubt. Knutson, a little ginger, walking to the huddle.
As he took that big hit on that pass with heavy pressure on a series or two ago. Knutson, he's got his tight end now. That's going to be Erie with him. With Mueller, and miscommunication there from Knutson to Mueller. It does not end up being a negative play, right? It's no gain. 3rd down and 4 from the 48 as we are under 7.
Knutson get ahead to the sideline here and get the call.
Knutson coming back to the huddle. Lynx are on their side of the 50.
And I'm assuming in 4-down territory here, they'll probably just go for it.
I formation directly behind Knutson. That's going to be Mueller. And does he gain the 1st down with that spin move at about the 45? He does not. It's going to be 4th and short, 4th and 1 from the 45.
Yep, about exactly 3 feet, just a little bit shy.
As Lynx are going to keep their offense on the field. It's a really good carry by Ryder Mueller. We've seen Maddox Mueller from the receiver position come up big tonight also. 4th down and 1. Knutson, Mueller, 1st down, and the offensive line along with him.
Yeah, and we want to give a shout-out to that offensive line this year. Parker Coughlin, Bryce Bangasser, Isaac Mitzel, Hudson Parliament, Cole Weiss. Best darn offensive line in the state.
Absolutely, and then you sprinkle in some good tight ends with Dowd and Irie, right?
Veld at fullback, leading man.
Boy, good luck.
Yeah, big, fast. They can do it all. Big Ten level.
1st down and 10.
Calling another timeout here.
And there is a timeout by the Lynx. Their 2nd timeout. As the fans clapping them to the sideline. As we'll have a score update in just a moment from Sioux Falls in that semifinal matchup between Jefferson and Lincoln.
Lincoln's got the ball up 28-21. They're knocking on the door again. So
Lincoln in a little bit of control in that that 4th quarter.
They're starting to take it. Yep, it was 21-all at half, and it looked like Jefferson was driving a little bit. Their drive eventually fizzled out. So Lincoln's driving down the field again. So they're going to be up. If they can finish this drive, they're going to be up 2 possessions.
And will we have a rematch?
Looking that way right now, but I've seen crazier things happen. Not in this game, but
Lynx taking care of business on this side. Who takes care of business on the other side?
Yep.
Lynx coming out of their 2nd timeout New quarterback into the ball game is going to be number 9, Van Leeuwen.
And the reason they called that timeout was to give the offense their due and give them a nice standing ovation from the crowd. Well earned.
Mueller along with Van Leeuwen in the backfield. 2 receivers to his left. They give it to Mueller. It's going to be no gain. It's actually going to be a loss of 1. Second down and 11 from the 44.
Yeah, Van Leeuwen, 23 of 47 passing, was responsible for some huge victories, including the one against Lincoln.
I agree. It's been, really next man up, right?
Yep.
In that
no matter who it is.
No matter who it's been. Veshkirna was out a couple games, right? And it was all Ryder Mueller and Christian from the backfield. And there's a carry by number 35 for
that is Hanton.
Leo Hatton with the carry, his first carry of this one. I assume he's a sophomore, right?
Yep.
I assume that's his first carry in the playoffs in the state of South Dakota, too. So there you go.
Everybody's getting in. Everybody gets a piece of the last game of the year.
Right. Last home game of the year.
Yes.
Right? And it looks like Lincoln, I'm looking at Kyle's screen here. Lincoln just drove down to about the 1-ish.
Yep. First and goal from the 1. Already up 28-21.
Van Leeuwen, heavy pressure. He's going to be sacked at about the 45 as Owen Grant from the Tigers. They drew up a blitz, and I believe Halseth is going to come into the ball game, and I believe we're going to have a punting formation for the first time in this one. Maybe not.
Huh.
As number 18, Halseth, we've seen him play some ball from the quarterback position this year also. Halseth, Hatton to his right. It's a punt. We knew he could do that. He is the punter. It's going to be taken by number 11 for the Tigers. And that's Thesey. He's going to bring it at about the 38, 39. They'll say 39. That's where the Tigers are going to start with the ball. 2:44 to go in this one. It is the black and red, and they are looking to punch their ticket to the Dome for the second consecutive year.
It's already painted their colors. Might as well use it, right?
Absolutely. Paulson at quarterback for the Tigers. 3 receivers to his left. He does give it to his running back, Deary. And he gains a chunk of yards. He goes up to about the 50, directly at the 50, moves the chains. And I believe probably Lincoln's going to score there, making it 34-35 to 21.
Yep.
Paulson putting it in the air again. He has Schimmel. Schimmel goes up top. He does catch it. Great catch by him as it brings it down to the 15. And the Lynx fans, tell me about this community. They are clapping, maybe in a positive way. They were looking at the coaching staff that's directly to our left. There's a touchdown by Deary. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Tigers, their second touchdown of this one. It is 38-13.
And now, it'll give the Lynx a chance to get the ball back, kneel it down a couple times. This game will be over. That's fine with us. Good. Harrisburg gets in the end zone one more time for their seniors, so good for them.
Upton for the extra point from the 10. Up. Good. He's 2 for 2. And your score, 38-14, with just over 2 minutes to go in this one. Your Lynx on this November crisp evening. It hasn't got any warmer.
No, It has not. No, you don't see it, but Ken and I are holding each other right now, trying to stay cool.
Yeah, we have some light that's shining in here. We have a floor heater, actually. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
No, they come in handy. I got them at my apartment. That's what they got.
Yeah, and there's maybe a little bit coming.
Yeah. Hey, football weather out there.
Absolutely. As it looks like the onside team, is this what we're going to call it? You think the onside team's on there for the Lynx?
Hands team.
Hands team, that's what they call it, the hands team. You see Dowd, you see Mueller up there on the front line. You see Leary, you see Pudwell. They're looking for it. That's Upton with the onside. I believe Harrisburg's going to get it.
Yep, they got it.
Tigers do get it. They're saying, hey, we're not out of this. It's 2:02 to go. If we continue to do this and we continue to find the end zone with 2:02 to go, we're going to make it a ball game.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, it's a semifinal game. You do what you can to get the ball back. It's pretty normal stuff.
Paulson. 3 receivers to his left. He's going to go up top again. It is incomplete. He tries to find Schimmel again. It's going to be incomplete with 1:58 to go. 2nd and 10 from the 48.
Yep, good coverage by number 29, Cooper Veld on the play.
Lynx defense has been tremendous this whole game, stopping the run and putting a ton of pressure on Paulson. That's intercepted. No, it is not, but great coverage, I believe, by number 18. Is that Halseth?
Yep, Halseth. Nice play by the sophomore.
He's also your quarterback, your punter, and your safety. Paulson, 3 receivers to his left, 150. Great tackle as that is a completed pass from Paulson to 85.
Nice open field stop by Julius Davenport, the senior.
Davenport, like Kyle just said, with a big stop, brings up a 4th down. 4th down and 5.
Caught him napping.
And that's going to be Deary. He's going to move the chains. 1:20 to go in this semifinal game. Paulson drops back. Rolls left. He's going to go up top.
Pick it off.
And that is an interception by number 12 for the Lynx. Callahan with the turnover. That's the 2nd turnover of this one. It's tied in the turnover battle, right? It's not tied on the scoreboard. Nope. Lynx ball.
Nope, they got it done. Sioux Falls Jefferson just scored, so it's now 35-28. So this game is about to end. We're going to kneel it down, and then everybody can tune in to the end of the Jefferson-Lincoln game, do some scouting, find out what we're looking at here for next week for the championship. Congratulations to the Lynx once again heading to the Dakota Dome.
As it's going to be Halseth at quarterback. He is under center, and he does take a knee. I do not believe the Tigers are going to take a timeout. They do not.
Yep, one more snap here, under 40 seconds, and both teams will flood on the field.
So, Kyle, what a regular season, right?
Yeah, it's been great.
And when you punch your ticket into the tournament, right, which the Lynx did, and you're the number 1 seed, you get the privilege of playing on your home turf, right? And now you're going to go to an alternate field, right? Neutral.
Neutral site.
Big neutral site. But I'm going to tell you, I don't. We talk about Lincoln winning by they're up 14 by 14 points, right?
Now just 7. Jefferson did just score.
Okay, so you got a battle over there. But that turf down south, the Lynx are used to being there.
Yep.
The Lynx tonight, when they have punched their ticket, we have fireworks above us. Lynx going to the championship game. Hats off to that team. Hats off to that coaching staff. Hats off to everybody in the program that has made this happen. Lynx are punching their ticket and going to the Dome as they win this evening 38-14, and they were tremendous at all phases of the game, Kyle. Special teams, defense, and offense.
All 3 phases made plays when they had to. They made splash plays to change the trajectory of this contest. They left no doubt a blowout victory in the semifinal. They are not just walking into the Dome. They are marching. They are clawing their way. It's been a lot of fun.
It has. And so ticket information, you can go, I believe, to the web. There's a specific website. You can check that out. But I know the game is next Saturday at 5 p.m. So stay tuned for information on social media. More importantly, if you're not going to the Dome, you can go to South Dakota Public Television. We won't be able to do it because we're not able to. We would love to. But, Kyle, it's a pleasure, man. Every time I'm able to call games with you, it brings me back from the beginning, right, when this all started on Lynx TV. And we've called many games where the Lynx have punched their ticket into championship games. This one feels even more special, right?
It never gets old, I can tell you that much.
That is true. That's true. So I hope you all enjoyed it this evening. Lynx win 38-14. They are going to the Dome next Saturday, 5 p.m. Everybody enjoy your weekend. For Kyle Roque, I'm Ken McEwen. Have a great evening.